Get ready to suck down some foes in Kirby's very first Nintendo 3DS title. It's Josh Thomas here from TheBitBlock.com to bring you guys through our video review for Kirby Triple Deluxe. The gameplay here is very familiar territory for Kirby. Triple Deluxe doesn't venture too far from traditional Kirby mechanics. You see an enemy, you inhale that enemy, and you can copy their abilities. It's a formula that really works well, and it's always fun to play around with the many unique special powers. Oftentimes you'll require certain abilities to discover secrets in levels. There are a total of 25 copy abilities in this game, and as you would expect, there are a few new ones to play around with here as well. Circus Kirby uses a variety of circus-like attacks to deal damage to enemies. Bell Kirby uses 2 bells to knock around enemies and send out hurtful waveforms. Sniper Kirby uses a bow and arrow to shoot at enemies, and you can also shield yourself from attacks with this little fake scenery. And then finally, Beetle Kirby can stab enemies with his huge horn and even buzz around with his little wings, which is really adorable. Another new feature here is the Hypernova fruit. This is basically pretty awesome, and it essentially transforms Kirby into a super sucky, sparkly rainbow menace of doom. In this form, you'll be able to inhale lots of enemies and objects at once. You can even suck up objects that would otherwise be too big for Kirby's mouth. And I gotta say, this looks hilariously disturbing, and it feels really empowering. It's a very fun new gameplay mechanic. There are some motion controls here as well. By tilting your 3DS left and right, you can guide rockets, water some pretty flowers, light fuses on a cannon, and much more. These little ideas feel really clever, and they work really well. Every level is filled with its own unique ideas. Kirby Triple Deluxe always keeps you smiling with how clever the gameplay continues to be. I'm a big fan of this title's boss battles as well. These monsters have plenty of tricks up their sleeve, and you never know what they're going to do next. It's pretty intense. Triple Deluxe is all about taking advantage of the 3D visual effects. Everywhere you look, the team has made full use of 3D, and literally everything has been rethought to work even better in 3D. The playfield is divided between middle ground, foreground, and background, which looks very nice in 3D. This means that you'll see enemies attacking you from multiple layers. Even items can be playing around with the 3D visuals at times. This title is definitely a fantastic example of how much fun you can have with the 3D effect that the system is capable of. Seriously, more Nintendo 3DS games really need to be developed like this. And as for the art style, as I'm sure you can already see for yourself, this game is really bold and colorful. Everything is so vibrant, it's basically orgasmic to the eyes. It's hands down one of the prettiest games on the system so far, in my opinion. The soundtrack is quite good. It's very on par with what we usually hear in Kirby titles. There's a lot of returning music from previous games that has been, remixed, and naturally there are a few tracks here that are brand new as well. If I had to critique one thing though, it would probably be that the game does rely too heavily on remixing old music and not enough on totally brand new songs. But again, it's all exactly what you'd expect and want to hear out of a Kirby game. The main story mode is perhaps a little bit on the short side with only about 6 worlds to explore. You can, however, collect all of these little hidden gems in each stage, and when you've completed an entire world, you'll unlock additional bonus levels. Another super awesome collectible here are the key rings. They're just basically a bunch of Kirby sprites from the past titles in the form of a dangly, cute little key ring. And I gotta say, they're strangely addictive to collect. I wish Nintendo would make these things in real life. And trust me, there's a bunch of them. Triple Deluxe also features a few more modes outside of the story. One of them is a Kirby Fighter, which is essentially a fun little Smash Bros. Style beat-em-up for up to 4 players. There's multiple levels to play in, all of them have stage hazards, there are items, and you can even choose your ability before a match. It's simple, but man, it's really fun and addictive. Next up is a rather disappointing King DDD music game. It plays really kind of awkward, and it's hard to get the timing down right in this. It had potential to be interesting with the whole 2-screen setup, but I don't know, I just couldn't get into this due to how odd the gameplay feels. There are a couple more modes to unlock as well, but I'll let you guys discover them for yourself. Needless to say, they're pretty cool, and they do add to the game's replay value. Alright, so I love this game. I'm absolutely certain that Kirby Triple Deluxe is a must-have title for the Nintendo 3DS. It's charming, beautiful, and clever through, well, almost the entire experience. The final world does have a few stages that reuse old ideas and had some backtracking and grinding, but other than that, it's pretty fantastic. This is, in my opinion, the best 2D platformer on the system, and one of my favorite Kirby titles. It has plenty of new ideas to keep things fresh, and also lots of great nostalgia as well. Do yourself a favor and suck up this game the moment you get the chance. TheBitBlock is rewarding Kirby Triple Deluxe with 9.5 maximum tomatoes out of 10. Hey, thanks for watching this video from TheBitBlock. If you want to stay up to date on tons of exclusive Nintendo content, be sure to subscribe by clicking here. And if you don't want the fun to end, you can check out more Nintendo coverage by clicking over here.